So anyway, here's the camp I've been working on. Pretty nice, huh?
Yep.
This is the deal I built last week right here. Put all our bins and everything on so it's organized. Got plenty of firewood over there. So we're ready to start camping now.
We sure are. Nice weather. Sun's up.
Yeah?
Warm.
It's not bad for being 8,300 feet. It's like, it's almost summer. So, you know, I figure what we'll do is probably, figure maybe we'll get our beds set up and all that and everything. And I got a surprise for you on the bed thing. You're gonna love this. This is really nice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I made this thing up for you last year, and it's still ready.
Hey.
So let's take a look at this. Take a look at where you get to sleep. You're gonna love it. All right, so here's the cool thing I got for you right here. So this is the bough bed I slept on up here a number of times. And then I built a new one over there for you. Nice and fresh and good. These things are so comfortable. You're going to absolutely love this. It's better than sleeping at home. These things are great. So what do you think about that? That'd be cool.
Well, you know what? I'm not sleeping on that.
What?
No way.
I made it just for you.
I don't care. I'm going to take my poncho, I'm going to turn into my hammock, and I'm going to sleep like I like to sleep camping. I'm not sleeping on that thing.
But I know
Sorry.
I like sleeping in the hammock too, but it's kind of fun to try something different, you know.
Yeah, I want my hammock / poncho.
You'll still be comfortable.
No, I'll be better that way, like I sleep. not.
Oh my gosh.
No. Well,
Well.
it looks really boring.
All right. Well, we got the
Serious.
poncho, so we'll do that.
I want my poncho.
Well, you can't say I didn't offer
I
it.
can't. Sorry I busted your bubble, but not.
Well, all right.
I'll
Life
get
goes
it, I'll
on.
get it. Bye.
All right. So anyway, so last night, you know, I heard Sean and I had our little banter about where she was going to sleep. She was not going to sleep on the bough bed, on the raised bough bed. She loves sleeping in our poncho set up as a hammock. So what can I say? Now she's never done the setup here yet with the fleece over top like this, and she hasn't ever used the underquilt yet. We've used the survival blankets wrapped around, which is kind of similar, but never used it in this particular setup. So that's what she wanted to do, so that's what she did. And she said she got through the night pretty well. So, you know, one of the nice things here is, I don't know if you can see it, but see all that, the pollen coming out of all these pines is so thick. Like last night when I was walking around with my headlamp on, it looked like it was snowing or something. There's so much stuff floating in the air. And that's just the pollen out of the pines. Well, one of the nice things is because she got in here and pulled that fleece over and slept basically inside of it, you know, it means that she's not all night long just breathing that pollen that's just, you know, everything was just totally green this morning when we got up, greenish yellow from all the pollen that fell. But she's not having to breathe that all night because she's inside of here. Well, Sean and I are up here camping, and we've had our breakfast, had a great night's sleep, all that sort of thing. Now we're getting something ready for lunch. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this pot right here. And this one I've had since I was in junior high school. Still keeps kicking around. I know it looks ugly, but it still works. But we're going to put a whole chicken in here. And then we're going to cut up some potatoes and do some seasonings and stuff like that. And we're going to put all this in here, and then we've got on our campfire, once we finish breakfast, we've been filling the whole fire pit full of coals by burning small diameter chunks of wood. So that thing is clear full of coals now, so it's ready for us. So we're going to put all this in here, put a little bit of water in the bottom. It has a slip over lid. And we're going to put that on there. We're going to bury this thing in the coals for a few hours. So we're just going to try to, idea is to try to just cube these potatoes up. And we'll put them in there and see what happens.
Don't do them that small. With how they're going to be cooking.
So the idea, I think, is to try putting a layer of them in the bottom and then set the chicken on top of that, and then put, you know, some more around the sides and that sort of thing. And I'm sure we won't eat all this today. If we did, we'd be feeling sick. I think we'll probably wipe the bird down with a little bit of some oil and then throw some spices on it. Some real simple, just salt and pepper. And we'll set that thing in there and see what happens. So that's probably good for the bottom. What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
On the top.
We've even put them on the stove or the fire before sometimes. Doesn't hurt them a bit. All right. There we go. Pull this out. Dump all those juices out for bear attractant for the next campers. Juices from the bird can help make us some gravy. Pour us a little oil on there, really crude like. Wipe that around good. I don't know why I'm putting oil on there. Somebody said to do it. And these trays like this, we like these. You get them from the restaurant supply stores. And they're nice to use for cutting on, or, you know, just general stuff at camp or whatever. Works really well. Pepper that up good. Throw some in there. Can't have too much pepper, you know.
Just up a minute, I'll go get some water.
Okay.
Just keep talking.
There we go. I don't know what's going to happen, you know what I mean? We're going to find out pretty quick here. All right. And we'll put us some water in here. And then I'll sprinkle a little salt and pepper back here, a little on the top now. Again. Make sure everything's nicely seasoned. Now we call this kind of cooking passive cooking, because the thing is, what's nice about it is we can put this into the coals and everything, and then we can go for a hike or go do something, take a nap or whatever, and we got several hours at least of cook time here, and that we don't have to do a thing with this. And the other thing I like about this pot right here is the lid, which doubles as a fry pan. It telescopes over the outside of the pot, which is really nice for when you're doing cooking in the fire or pit or something like that, because it overlaps. You're not going to accidentally get stuff up inside of here. If the contents of something starts boiling over, it just boils right down the side. All right, so let's get over to the fire. That's a nice fine bed of hot coals right there. That's about a foot thick in there. Kind of shovel these coals out here around the edges. Might even have to pull them up just a little bit here. So I'm going to want to put this pot down in here. Have a little bit on the bottom here. And I want to leave the handle up because that'll leave me a place to grab hold of the pot. And now we want to cover this thing around on the sides. Looks like I could have used a few more coals, but we'll make it work. I want to put some on top. So I'll just kind of do a little of that. And then I'm all right on coals. I'll just kind of bank them up here, push them from the outside to the middle. I can already hear some bubbling going on in there. It's very hot. But like I say, the nice thing is, right now is the hottest it'll ever be. So it's going to start cooling down from now. So by the time it warms the bird up, the water, the food, or the potatoes, and all that, should be down to about to a non-burning temperature at that point. So Shauna was sleeping right back there in her poncho that we set up as a hammock and all that I just showed you. And then I slept here on this. This is the second bough bed I made last year. I made this one just before, not long before snowfall hit and we couldn't get back up here anymore. So this one was laying here. I just took one of my personal survival blankets, folded it in half and put on here. Didn't tie anything off, didn't do anything. I just did that, crawled in there, and I was good to go. Shauna's doing what she does, either crocheting or whatever you call that. Sewing. She's sewing stuff. Embroidery, right? Kind of? Yeah. So that's what she likes to do to occupy her time. I've been busy building a little shelter for our storage gear. This will be, so I'll throw a tarp over here and show you that. Okay, so here's our 10 by 10 tarp, our PSTL, draped over this structure, which is just a little over 10 feet long. Our PSTL is 10 by 10. So it's a little shorter on this side than on the back side, so it gives you more protection on the back. This gives some eaves on the front. So you see how much space I've got in here and how effectively I could work. And I can pull these lids off and lay those down here. I can get in and out of my food boxes. I could actually use the lids to these. So here's the back side of it right here. Kind of walk around. So it's been in here about 3 hours, I guess. We checked it once a little bit ago. And there we are. Oh yeah, potatoes done. Yeah, it's nice and soft. Nice flavor. There's some chicken. Oh yeah, nice and juicy. Potatoes are excellent. I believe we're just going to eat right now and get on with our camp. All right, so Shauna said, why don't we just use the juice off of this and make some gravy? So we just took the lid off the pot. We took the lid off the pot. We pulled the pot out of the coals, laid it right in there, dumped the juice in there, and made up some peppered gravy mix right there. Everything's already hot anyway, so it's like, why not? So we're just going to go ahead and dish up and go to town. We really love that peppered gravy a lot. Is that good?
Yeah.
Slash or some gravy on there. Oh my gosh, I know that's just going to be fantastic. Man, don't you just love camping? It doesn't get a whole lot better than that. So right there, Them's good eating right there. So we got to stop recording because I'm hungry. So anyway, have a great day. Hope you have a great time in the outdoors yourself. We try to get out as often as we can, and we love getting out, relaxing, tooling around camp a little bit, messing around with stuff, and just enjoying the peace and quiet of being out. So use some of our gear if you can. It's great stuff. I think you'll like it. And enjoy your time in the outdoors. Perry Peacock and Shauna Peacock with Wilderness Innovation.